Hello, and welcome to the second game of the White Walker deck tournament with me, Rebecca Walker, joined as always by my wonderful husband, Richard Walker.
Hello.
I've got to be nice because, you know, it's the only time that I am right to you.
You're nice to me?
Well, I was trying to say nice things.
Well done.
Thank you.
Nice playmats.
Yeah. So we're trying to keep the playmats themed for each deck that's played.
I will point out that you won both playmats.
Oh, right, okay. I was going to say, what do you mean, games? Like, we've not even commentated the game yet. Yes, well, you know, I appreciate you acknowledging how much better at Thrones I am than you.
Yep.
Thank you, darling. World champion. Anyway.
You're the only one that believed that, so.
Anyway. What?
Game.
You literally won.
Game.
Right. I am playing Bara Rains. So this deck was submitted by Paul Geddes. It's got a sort of smugglery kind of theme.
Smugglery.
I don't know. Well, I've never played this kind of deck before, so I don't know how well I played along with the theme, or if I kind of didn't do it right or not. But we could discuss that.
You made it up.
Yeah, I kind of just made it up as I went along. You are playing Tyrell Fealty, which is a deck submitted by George Ankers. I believe him and Josh Chambers were working on this deck together. I'm pretty sure that George described this as the Horsey Reachers deck or something.
Horsey Reachers. Something
along those lines. But he really likes his deck, says it's a lot of fun, and doesn't get as much credit as what it deserves.
Oh, okay.
Basically.
So basically I'm going to win easily. Good to know.
Well, we'll see. I'm not entirely sure of the origin of Paul's deck, the Bara deck on the left.
He made it up.
He possibly just made it up and gave it to us. I don't know how much pre-effort was put into it.
Pre-effort? Paul loves all of his decks.
He does make some, like, the two jankiest people in Thrones, and we managed to randomly allocate their decks against each other. So, yes. They're not the normal kind of decks you see, I guess.
I'm not sure George would appreciate you calling his deck janky, when this is one of the decks that he feels is more legitimate.
True, but he's also known as George Ankers. So when your nickname includes the word jank, I think you kind of just have to go along with the fact you're going to get known for jank, right?
No.
Whereas Paul, on the other hand, is known affectionately as Superior Paul because...
He's better than all of us. As a human being.
Sure.
And he's reasonable at the game too.
That, and he's well known for including Superior Claim in pretty much every deck he's ever created. So, yes.
You know what? He'd been obsessed with that card for so long, but I think he is moving on. I've noticed in the past year, definitely, he'd become also obsessed with support of the people. And he tried to jam that into his decks as well. I think as long as you're winning power by 5, Paul likes it. Street of the Sisters, I heard him mention that in the thread recently as well.
Yeah, that's true. Do we need to change his nickname from Superior Paul to Supporting Paul?
Win by 5, Paul.
Should we run through the setups and everything, though, before we start playing out extra cards?
Go on, then.
We'll do your side first. So you've got a Green Apple Knight, Fossaway, I believe that one is. And then we've also got a Rose Garden, and I can't remember the name of it, but I think this is a location that you kneel to increase... You kneel 3 reach locations to increase your claim?
No idea what card it is.
You're literally playing it. I think that's also a Honeywine, a Jousting Pavilion. Oh God, what's that other one?
Caswell's Keep, I think that is.
Oh, okay, cool.
Is that Honeywine or the Mander?
I think it's Honeywine. I think you get some power on it later.
Ah, okay. Okay, so I spam out loads of reach location. They are all reach, right? Rose Garden reach, Honeywine is the reach. If that's field to the reach, it better be the reach. Jousting Pavilion and Caswell's Keep. So yeah, I think it is. I think they're all the reach traded.
So you also have in this deck the army that you can jump in, where the ambush is reduced by each reach location.
Oh, the Honour Guard.
That's it, the Honour Guard.
Yeah, as soon as I see loads of reach locations, my first thought is Honour Guard. You always got to respect and play around that 5 strength, ambush.
Yeah.
Which is good when they're running a win by 5 agenda as well, like Rains and Sea of Blood, but less so in Fealty. So
I did actually have a go at this particular Tyrell deck a week ago when I played it in a little Northampton tournament, and the Honour Guards are really, really good fun. I think I had 3 in my hand at one point, and I just like ambushed all of them in for like a gold each or something, and it's just like, this is great.
Massive character for nothing. Yeah.
Exactly. Surprise character as well, which is always fun. And it seems like you're struggling a little bit for your knights, so there are quite a few knights in the deck.
Really?
Yeah.
Not just 2?
Not just 2. So it looks like you sort of found a weird end of the deck where you've got a bit of a split between the knights and the armies.
I don't really remember this game at all, but I do remember being annoyed that I didn't have any knights to put out for my Green Apple Knights. High Guard and Honour Guard.
2 Honour Guards. They're growing strong, and I didn't quite catch the other one. I think it's the attachment that goes on a location. What's it called? Not lay waste. The seas?
Oh, Seized by the Guard.
Yeah. Will you bestow it?
That's pretty useless at the moment.
It is indeed. Which
But
is why
a good card to have.
So my initial setup then was, I'll let you talk us through it.
Cool. Acolyte of the Flame, Davos Seaworth, and Gates of the Moon.
And then playing at the gates to go and grab a King's Gate, and I've also marshalled a King's Gate and my Senegally there. And I used the Red Priest to take one of the Honour Guards from your hand. Also got a duped Alistair Florent. So I've got 2 duped characters on the board. Were you a little bit concerned that I might be running Valar?
No.
No? You don't really care about your characters at this point, I guess.
Not really. I mean, if you've got Valar, you've got Valar.
Valar in round 2 is generally a little bit early for a Valar anyway, right?
Maybe. I think you assess the success of a Valar not only on your opponent's board, but on their location base and their cards in hand. You know my cards in hand, you know my location base, so you've got good information if you wanted to do so.
Yeah.
But I do have a free character in hand, or 1 gold character that can just jump out.
Yeah, I'm trying to know what you had now. You had 2 Honour Guards, growing strong in the seas, wasn't it? So yeah, so you didn't have another character that you could have marshalled anyway. Because I was just thinking to myself, you could have marshalled something cheap, and then you could have got the gold from Steve Supton to ambush stuff in or play the growing strong.
Yeah.
But yeah, without another character card in hand, that point is moot.
Moot.
So I think
Have we just switched our brains off for a moment?
Oh, in the game?
Yeah.
No, I think you were basically deciding that you weren't going to do any challenges because basically, A, I'm Rains, and you didn't want me to, be able to trigger Rains from defence. And then B, you didn't want to just give me power to steal. And C, I've got like 2 duped characters, so a military, even if you did get it through, wouldn't be that applicable. And obviously I have no power to steal. So you decided not to do any challenges.
Yeah, which means I don't really care about your power challenge. I want to block your military challenge, perhaps. And the intrigue, I don't think I'm going to have much of a choice.
Well, the intrigue...
Because I can't defend that fully.
No, I don't think I'd do the intrigue in the end.
Because there's no power to steal on my house card for Davos either.
No. No, and I wasn't too bothered about getting through a Rains trigger or anything. And I know you've got the Honour Guard in hand, so I was like, well, there's no point doing the intrigue because you'll just jump the Honour Guard out and then defend with that.
Got 'em.
Yeah. So yeah, it wasn't much point me doing anything else. I think.
Might be worth me triggering Steve to get a card.
Oh, I'm going to go for it anyway. Oh, yeah, because I've got stealth.
Yeah. The Intrigue still. Well, I'd rather have the Honor Guard on the board, I suppose. Than have it accidentally intrigued out. That would be devastating.
Oh, yeah, just making a note of the Green Apple Knight strength there. I do like those little dice. They fit perfectly over the little shield number thingy.
Yeah, shame we can't see from here.
Alright. I should probably explain about the tournament actually, in case people didn't see the previous video or haven't seen the Facebook posts.
Oh, go on then.
So basically what we did was we asked viewers to send us in deck lists. So we managed to get 8 factions worth of deck lists from you guys. They were randomly allocated against each other and randomly allocated to either myself or Richard. We have played 4 rounds of this little tournament already. So we've played like the Swiss, I guess you would call it. After the Swiss, we'll be playing a top 4. So we'll take the winning decks and randomly allocate them against each other to see how those go. And then finally we'll have a final. So we'll see who the people's champion deck is, I guess.
Sure. Or
just which of us is lucky enough as well to to get the nicer decks.
Who are you calling lucky?
You. You're one of the luckiest people I know.
I'm quite lucky.
You're very lucky, actually. It's kind of annoying. But yes, so that's what these videos are. At the end of this video, there is, you may notice it's quite a long video. At the end of the video, we do have pros and cons for deck lists, things that we like, things that we would maybe change. And also you can see the deck lists up on the screen at the end of the video with a brief discussion. So if you are interested in playing any of these decks, you can check them out.
Yep.
There you go. That's the info.
That's the info. Thank you for the info, Miss Ford. Now, on with the game. 1-1.
It is. Only because you won Dom, though.
Of course I won Dom.
Of course. So you use Steve, and you've put the Honor Guard onto the board as well. So Steve is now on the top of your deck. And just on to second plots.
So, I mean, I've got a reasonably beefy intrigue presence and good military presence. Not much power, though.
No, your power's a little bit light. I don't know about you on this one, but I remember at the time I was really struggling to choose a second plot. I didn't feel like there was a good natural second plot for me to play.
I felt exactly the same thing.
So, yeah, I mean, at the end of the game, we can have a look at the plot lists and just sort of see maybe what we were supposed to have played.
Because this kind of game that we have is quite cagey at this stage. And you just want a safe second plot to see you into the next round.
You don't want any sort of like big commitment plots. I mean, I guess something like Marched might be good for me here because I feel like I would do better out of it than you would.
Really?
Yeah, I mean, I'd lose the Acolyte or something, wouldn't I? That you'd lose something a bit more important.
Palace of Sorrows versus Pulling the Strings. So I'm going to get myself a nice econ location. Really hope that you don't play Political Disaster. Although annoying Paul, he does like Political Disaster.
So it's a possibility.
It's a possibility, but not going to assume.
And I do have 2 sackable locations on my board as well, so, you know, it's possible.
Yeah.
So Pulling the Strings, I mean, I think, like say, it's a relatively safe choice. It's good to go and copy that at the gates that a lot of other players play in their first round. The only problem with this plot here for you now, Richard, is you've just put Steve on top of your deck.
I know, right? Fuck that right up.
So you've lost Steve.
Yep.
Did you feel sad about that?
Yeah, I grumble about it during the game. I go, what an absolute chud I am. And in fact, the only thing worth getting in the deck is a bloody Rose Garden.
Oh,
so
no.
at least it's reach-traded.
Yeah, that's true. At least if you get an Honor Guard back now, it's free.
True.
To ambush.
True, but you know, screw that up. Bloody Steve.
Hey, it's alright. You got some economy out of it. It's all good. No worries.
Not economy that I need really, it's draw. I don't have a lot of draw. In fact, to the point where I'm triggering Caswell's Keep on myself. just so I can filter my deck a little bit. Put cards that I don't need at this stage, i.e. location, back on the bottom.
Yeah. Yeah, makes sense. So I know this deck does run the Manda, but I think the Manda is a one-of. So I guess you're just unfortunate not to find it. When I had to go at the Tyrell deck in the little tournament, I did find that it was very much a try and win by 5 deck. It does run things like, well, as I say, it's got a Manda in it, it's got the Honey Wine, as we can see. It's also, I think it's also got Pinch in it as well. So there's a lot of like sort of little win by 5 things. Fossaway, is he the one where if he's 5 strength he gets renown or something? Yeah, so if you can, increase strength and things like that. And we do know that Richard's got a growing strong. So, bits and bobs like that. It likes to win by 5, basically. You've got another knight on the board, so that means your green apple knight's turned on.
Yep.
Annoying that you're going first.
Well, you kind of made me first.
I know. More because I kind of wanted to see what you were going to do. But at this point, everyone's strength 3. So your is it Wardens of the South? Bottom there? What those are they called?
Wardens
These
of the
ones.
Reach.
Wardens of the Reach. I nearly had it. Yeah, the Wardens of the Reach are only 3 strength. So this was good for me for a turn. I mean, I had a slight more possibility of getting stuff through.
But I have got my Honour Guard back.
Yeah, I know. I was like, it's Palace for Sorrows. You could do it to anyone. And you were like, no, I want to do it on this one. I was like, are you sure?
Yes.
You really want your Honour Guard back? But you've got an annoying amount of characters on the board now. So it's going to make it difficult for me to get challenges through.
It's a good plot for me to go first on with non-kneeling attackers because you need to kneel 2 characters to be able to defend successfully against military and intrigue with just the Green Apple Knight. So, yeah, no. And I would have thought it's harder to trigger your rain plot with Palace of Sorrow because it's more difficult to reach the required win by 5.
Yeah. Although saying that, I don't seem to, at the moment at least, have many big strength intrigue icons in the deck. So I don't think it's affecting the overall strength of the intrigue challenge that much.
Valyrian's crew, there's 3 of them with stealth.
Are there 3 of them?
Yeah. And there's Lytheny Pirate. Did have stealth, is there on the board as well, along with Davil. Plenty of stealth intrigue.
Oh, okay.
Just that if you bring in Valyrian's crew down to 3 strength, you need more characters in the challenge. Chef Bob.
I wasn't really sure what to play out at this point. I decided Bob might be good. To try and control your board a little bit.
I see.
Just because you had a lot of characters. And I was thinking maybe I can try and keep some of them knelt at least. But Green Apple Knight is a bit of a pain in the arse. Just hoping you don't find any more.
Yeah, I'm kind of just thinking, well, I don't really want to overcommit.
And you don't need to, right? I mean, with the Intrigue, for example, you can safely do the Intrigue with just the Green Apple Knight. Because you know I'm not going to be able to win by 5 because I've only got 2 icons on the board and they're only 3 strength each. But yeah, I don't think playing that plot was the best option for me. I don't really know what else I would have played that plot.
I'm not sure if it's great in the deck or not, but we can discuss that later.
Yeah, we can have a look. Getting rid of Salador-san.
Good old Salah, good to see him go.
Yeah, I was a little bit sad that you got rid of him. And now you're going for the military with the Green Apple Knight again. You got all the non-kneeling decks, didn't you? You got the Lunny deck in the previous game. And that was just like non-kneeling Cersei, non-kneeling Marcella, non-kneeling Jaime. Pylos, non-kneeling Mr. Pounds.
And now this.
Now you got this.
Yeah, but what else do I play? I think I play Martell and... What else don't I like? Night's Watch.
Night's Watch. In fact, that's got non-kneeling in it as well.
It does, yeah.
Night's Watch Crossing with Jon Snow.
Core Jon Snow.
Core Jon Snow. Bullshit, mate.
They've taken duplicate from Alistair Florent.
Yeah, I figure I kind of want the board presence, and if Alistair Florent dies and I've got another law character, at least I get to kneel on your characters. For example, if there's a Valar or anything.
Fair enough.
Just saying.
Yeah, not impressed. Mind you, I'm not going to save any of my characters.
I'm not going to be able to.
Exactly.
Wahaha.
Power, you're going to over-defend?
Yeah.
Seems so.
Because you've not got enough power on standing now to defend on the way back.
This is giving me information here, though. So, give me an idea of what you're going to use for Bob and what I can kneel.
Yeah, that's true. I'm surprised that you didn't kneel the Wardens at this point to stop that power challenge from being unopposed.
Well, they're stronger than both your characters combined on the next turn. Significantly stronger. Like, there'd be 9 strength.
That's true. That's true. You might have been thinking I was going to make them stay knelt. I guess as well as the Hedge Knight was knelt, you'd have 2 characters knelt out too.
Mm-hmm. What?
So going for the intrigue.
Yeah, this is disappointing. Now I'm pretty sure you're going to stand up the big high cost characters.
Mm.
So I want to kneel a high cost character to ensure I can get it stood back up. But I'm just going to defend with these 2. At least if I get the Florent Knight back standing, it's something. I really like that, Bob. He forces difficult decisions on the opponent and yourself. Makes it a battle of wits rather than big guy beat your big guy.
Yeah, I mean, it's his. I always get the numbers mixed up. Is it 4 and lower or 5 and lower?
4 and lower, 5 or higher.
Ah, okay. And Davos is 5 cost, right?
He is, yeah.
Mm.
So all the characters restood because Rebecca chose locations. So keeping my economy knelt because she wanted, I guess, all of her characters back. Yeah.
Also, you don't have any economy on your side apart from the 2 Rose Gardens, whereas I've got 4 gold's worth of economy locations as well. So I've only knelt out my 1 Dragonstone. Is it Dragonstone Port? So yeah, I thought it limits your economy and your marshalling skills. Did you remember at any point that you're Fealty and actually use it?
Yeah, I used it already.
Oh, okay, cool.
So I think I've just noticed that there's a reinforcement in my plot deck. So I'm like, shit, well I better march a House Florent Knight then. It's just so I've got something in there so when I play it.
Yeah. So you've done the march, which is good for you actually, because I had a much smaller board. So I've got rid of the it was Acolyte, wasn't it? Acolyte of the Flames? Yeah. Got rid of the Acolyte of the Flames. You've got rid of the House Florent Knight.
So I'm quite pleased with that. Because it allowed me to military you again.
Yeah.
Having my character knelt and Alistair leave play. Assuming that you do not marshal another law character.
Mm.
I used the Caswell's Keep again on myself. Just want to make sure I get the best quality card I can get.
Yeah, see, I don't like Bara's draw options. I mean, there's not a lot of draw in the plot deck, and the locations, the Bara locations, I think are one of the worst because you actually have to have 5 power on your faction card to be able to use them.
I think that's what they're designed for, though. The whole design of those 1 cost limited locations are They're economy in the early game, and then in the later game when you need cards, they can become cards.
See, I don't know about that, because some of them are so much easier to trigger. Like, if you look at the Stark one, it's like everything has to be Stark. Well, I mean, that's such an important synergy in Stark anyway. You normally would just build a deck that's all about Stark.
Yep.
Greyjoys, you have to go first. Well, Greyjoy love going first and are good at going first. So if you need to go first, you can go first. Whereas with Bara, if you're struggling a bit because you don't have cards in hand, so you're struggling to get things on the board to win your power challenges, you've not got a way of then just winning power challenges and getting the draw from the locations.
That's all well and good, but what about the other side of the coin?
Go on.
If you want to win the game, you're going to more often than not have 5 power on your house card. Therefore, Baratheon might always be easy to trigger. If you're not playing a go first Greyjoy deck, then you're much less likely to trigger it.
I don't know, because in Thrones, especially early game, you quite often make your opponent go first anyway. So
That's on your opponent, not on...
No, I know, but like Greyjoy, it's easy to go first if you want to, and normally you want to. And even if you don't want to, and you can't like win the initiative, your opponent generally makes you go first early game. So
yeah, but my point is that if you have to build to go first, you have to have plots which make you go first so you can draw the cards in the challenge phase. Where Baratheon, as long as you've got a deck good enough to get power and do well, then yours will always turn on at some point.
Yeah, but that's the point. If you're getting stomped and you need cards to help you not be getting stomped, then it's 5 power. I mean, I've had plenty of games where I've not even got to 2 power.
But they're limited econ. The card is just a bonus. If you're getting stomped, then you're screwed anyway. Like, King's Gate ain't going to change that. I think they're okay. I don't think they're great. But they give you cards in the later game if you need them, and they're okay for that purpose. But I do think Greyjoy and Stark are too easy to trigger. Targ is quite niche.
Yeah, Targs is one of the niche ones.
What's Martell? Lose 2 challenges. Well, that happens almost every challenge phase where there's 4+ challenges. So, I mean, it goes in a more challenge-intensive deck, perhaps.
Maybe, but generally Martello are losing challenges, especially early game.
Like I say, but in the late game, which I think these cards were designed for, like, you don't really want to be losing 2 challenges in the late game. Anyway, there's a game going on.
Yeah.
Talk us through it.
So, I believe I have an intrigue challenge coming in from Davos. Can't remember who I stealthed, but you are defending with an Honour Guard and the Queen of Thorns. You are reacting with Queen of Thorns on your non-existent Shadows card.
It's impossible to react. Yes, and my logic here is you had knelt the Valyrian's crew and Davos into a challenge, so I'm safer to kneel my 5 cost or higher characters in defence, because they're more likely to get stood back up.
That's very logical of you.
I've also played a Growing Strong.
You have, which have been marked by the coins on the cards.
I think that was a bad choice. I think I should have Growing Strong to Fossilway. Could have got the renown. Might have been important.
Yeah, I think Fossilway would have been a good target. It depends on how much you thought you needed. I mean, I guess Green Apple Knight's going in non-kneeling, so it's good to have him boosted.
Yeah, I thought if the Green Apple Knight going in non-kneeling in 2 challenges at 5 strength, there's more chance I'm going to trigger the Honey Wine.
True. That's very true.
But, so maybe instead of the army, they probably didn't need the strength buff. Could have just put that on Fossilway.
You've decided to defend that power challenge, and they are definitely enough strength to defend that at the moment. So they are 3 base strength. They've got the +2 from the Growing Strong, and then they've got the +6, 7 from the back row. 6. But I would quite like to win this power challenge, so I have nightmares the army. So they go down to 5 strength. They're core 3 plus the 2 from the Growing Strong. which means it is now 5-5.
Gross.
And I get to win the power challenge.
Sick.
Yay.
You got me.
Got him. You impressed? I did a thing. I tricked you.
Got me. Mugged me right off.
And then a little military coming in from Sir Alistair.
We'll block with Floss away.
Mm.
I think that makes the most sense because I can then power with the Hedge Knight and do 2 challenges with the Green Apple Knight, but apparently I don't give a shit.
Yeah, I think blocking with Floss away would have been good. It would have stopped me getting that unopposed.
And he would have got renowned from the Jousting Pavilion, so he would have been 5 strength.
Oh yeah, that's true. Forgot about that. Oh, but then I still had the Laseni Galley, so I could have increased Alistair's strength if I needed to.
Yeah, but the Pavilion would have made him 5 strength. Alistair's 3.
Oh.
You could have boosted him to 4.
Well then, yeah, you should have done that. Why didn't you? What's wrong with you, man?
Semi-retired now, love. Don't play anymore.
So we've got an unopposed Intrigue. You won by 5, so you've got power on the Honeywine. And 1 for unopposed. Plus claim.
Another Valyrian's crew.
Remember what Valyrian's crew does?
Yeah, when they win a challenge, you take the top cards of your opponent's deck and attach it to them as attachment, and you can marshal them.
Ah, that was it, yeah. So they're kind of like card draw, I guess.
Yeah, a little bit. I mean, you don't really have a choice of the quality or type of card.
No. So you get an unopposed power of the Hedge Knight, and then you're doing a military of the Green Apple Knight, so reacting with the Honeywine, and it was unopposed. And then you also get the military claim.
Yeah, you can't even claim Alistair and trigger his reaction because there's no Overlord on the board.
Which is sad.
So this deck doesn't seem to be Florent heavy, and it doesn't seem to be Velour heavy, but there's multiple copies of Alistair. Maybe it runs marched or something, I don't know.
I can't remember. We'll have a look at the deck list at the end of the game, eh? But yeah, I mean, as you say, it doesn't seem to have a lot of Florent or Velour in there at the moment. We'll double check at the end of the game and sort of thoroughly inspect that. But if there isn't a lot of Florent or Velour, it might be that Alistair's not really needed as many as he's got. I don't know if he's a 2 or 3 off the top of my head. So I'll have a look at the end.
2? What sort of monster under 2 of a unique character? I suppose he is running Spears of the Merlin King, so let you off. Nice.
Are you pointing out that you're winning?
No. Pointing out it says 69.
Such a child. Well, it doesn't say 69 for too long because I just lay wasted your Honeywine. Screw you, man.
Fine. I'll go get a card my deck. I'll go get a milk and put it on your bob. Yeah, then how would you feel?
Does it run milk?
Then it'd be like, haha, you milked your own bob.
Does it have to be location though?
No, a locational attachment.
Oh.
Yeah, you'd regret that.
I would feel a little bit sad. This is the first time Richard's looking at his deck.
Yeah, it is. Oh no!
Wow, that was a good.
Because it has to be
exchange.
lower. So,
it does, yeah.
and
So
I
no
think
milk then?
I could have got Fields of the Reach.
Yeah?
But I'm thinking with Robert Baratheon on the board, don't really want to put myself in a position where I'm kneeling all of my locations.
That seems fair.
Even though quite a few of them don't really have to kneel for their abilities. Also, give me an econ for next round.
So I've decided to let the location stand this round. And we're going for the 4 and lower cannot stand. So
Logical.
Yeah, the Wardens are pretty strong, so it keeps them out of the round at least. Although I don't really have to worry about the Honeywine now.
What, you were worried about it?
Having played the Tyrell deck, I know that the Honeywine can be quite good.
Really?
Mm-hmm. I think I got 4 or 5 power on it in one of my games.
Alright, show off. So I think your board's ripe for VD if I have it.
Yeah, I mean, I'm only keeping one character, aren't I? So definitely worth it. Whereas you'd get to keep quite a few. So there's the VD. But I was clever. Played Force March.
Close.
So now I can make sure you kneel up most of your board. So I get the initiative. I'm going to go first.
Bexy smart. Bexy clever. I'm getting glared at for the record.
You get more than glared at later.
It was a good play though.
Thank you. Totally intentional.
Of course, you didn't just play Fourth Mark to nail down the rest of my board.
No, don't be silly. So I decided to make my plot go first, which means that I can get most of your board knelt out.
Well, I'm like, I guess I'm keeping the Queen of Thorns.
Yeah. Because clearly she's really important to this deck.
She is super important to my Tyrell shadowed, not shadowed deck.
I'd like to know why the Queen of Thorns is in there, actually.
She's got stealth.
She's got stealth, yeah, but she doesn't really fit with the rest of the theme, does she?
I think the stealth is important, actually. Tyrell really suffer from not having a lot of stealth.
Yeah.
So the stealth is good.
Yeah, I'm not saying stealth isn't good. I mean, stealth is good in any deck.
More valuable in a deck that doesn't have it. Sorry.
It's fine. It's fine. You
Please continue.
It's okay. You commentate. You take over. You.
But Bexy smart. Bexy clever.
God, I wish. Oh dear. I'm just going to go and sit in the corner.
I'm quite happy now the boards have thinned out somewhat.
Yours was a bigger board!
It will make challenge math easier.
That's true.
I don't particularly like decks that are too constructive on the board and play without resets. Because it drags the game out, it makes the game longer, it makes the challenge phase longer. And we have only a finite amount of time to play these games.
Well, I mean, a tournament game has got a limit of 55 minutes.
Mm-hmm.
I like to feel I can get my minutes worth.
We're halfway through and we're nearly at 40 minutes. So you play out a Lyseni Pirate, a Willy Smuggler, and the Acolyte of the Flame.
Oh yeah.
That's not bad, that's good. I like it.
Yeah, it's nice with my the Lyseni Galley actually, because the galley gives, I think it's Captain's or Smuggler's Stealth, as well as +1. So my little Willy Smuggler, that makes me laugh. He can get stealth. He's a stealthy little smuggler.
Yeah, the stealthy little Willy Smuggler. Didn't see that coming.
And you found another
Gak.
frigging Green Apple Knight.
And non-kneeling at the moment.
Bastard thing. Then
Although,
you paid 2.
As soon as you military me, he becomes kneeling, so.
And 2 for Card and Shadows, which I assume is the Steve. Because if you win with your Queen of Thorns, you can just bring them out for free.
Get more Steve out. Do some more challenges. Draw more cards.
I'm sitting on 3 gold. Possibly another Honor Guard.
Although, why would I pay 2 to put Steve in Shadow and then pay another 2 to bring Steve out?
Yeah, I mean, at the time of the game, I was absolutely convinced it was Steve.
Oh, because Queen of Thorns brings him out for free. That makes sense.
Although why you wouldn't just pay 2 for him, I don't know.
Triggering Fealty. Are you concerned now?
No.
Oh, I think it was just a fake as well.
I barely noticed, to be honest.
I'm like triggering Fealty.
So our little woolly smuggler stealthing past the green apple knight.
No. He will smuggle no more. Oh wait, green apple knight don't smuggle. They just eat apples. Green ones. Look, I even make a little space for Steve.
I wonder if you're a green apple knight and you were caught eating a red apple, I wonder if that would be like, you know, like, how could you do such a thing?
What, you don't know the story?
No. Is there a story? Is there a story about green apples and red apples?
They're the red apple knights.
Is there?
Yeah, they're two sides of the Fossaway families.
And like when they want to be like threatening to the other side of the family, do they eat like the other family's colour apple?
I think you should
in a
read
menacing
it.
way.
It's in that book over there, A Knight of the Seven Kingdoms, and they're quite entertaining actually.
Okay.
In the same universe, but a little bit before. They're quite entertaining book.
A Knight of the Seven Kingdoms.
Yeah, there's 3 short stories in it.
Oh. I'll have to give them a go when I finally finish the slog of the main story.
You're never going to finish it.
I'm doing alright. I'm like halfway through the next book.
You've been reading it for 4 years.
No. I've started like 2 more since then.
2 more what?
Books.
What books?
The Game of Thrones books. I've been reading them. When you was at work, I was reading some of them.
But I don't work anymore. Now I'm a man of leisure.
Yeah, I know. So I can't read books in the living room because you're here playing wrestling games.
See? Hightower Spy.
Ah, that's where the gold was.
Yep.
You had a trick. So I've done an intrigue.
There was a possibility that I could have just jumped that in, boosted somebody's strength, and then killed them for claim, which left me with a standing green apple knight that could attack you twice. Keeping my hedge knight. That perhaps would have been the better play, now that I think on it.
Maybe. I think we did fine though. You got a standing green apple knight still.
Yeah, but he won't be non-kneeling.
Ah, yeah, of course.
Which, yeah, is going to reduce the amount of challenges I get off.
Yeah.
Until I bring Steve out of shadows.
So I was contemplating whether or not to do the power, and then I thought, well, Queen of Thorns has got stealth anyway, so you're getting your power back through whether I want you to or not. So might as well just do the power.
Yeah, but it's more like the military. Do you want to just let me win the military?
I mean, it's not like I've got amazing characters on the board. I wasn't too bothered if you won the military.
1 character less is an easier board to kill.
That's true. But I decided to defend it anyway. Sorry, to go for the power anyway. And you've let that go through unopposed. So I get unopposed, claim, and renown. And over to your challenges. And to my surprise, you go in with both of them for an intrigue. And then I'm like, this is unusual. Shit!
Pinch!
Shit!
Pinch! Pinch alert! Thanks, Queen of Thorns.
God damn it! I was like, but you're meant to pay for it! And you were like, no, because I reacted with the Queen of Thorns. And I'm like, yeah, but... And you were like, no, because then I reacted to a pinch after reacting with the Queen of Thorns.
Bexy's smart. Bexy clever.
And then you fucking took him!
Great banter.
You bastard!
What can I say? I'm just lucky.
You're an absolute twat bag, that's what you are.
I think you said that at the time. Oh, that was good fun. I do like a nice pinch.
Yeah.
A nice surprise pinch as well.
Ugh. Thing is, like I say, I've even played this deck. I should know it runs pinch, but I totally
It was
forgotten.
even more satisfying because you were sat there going, I'm not going to forget about your Steve in shadow. And I'm thinking, she thinks it's Steve.
You forget. Oh well, never mind. Time for a reset, I think.
Yeah, this is bad.
This is amazing.
This is terrible.
This is the best thing ever because we're both on 7 power.
No.
So, we tie initiative. So I really want to win here and go first. So we roll a dice. We both get a 2. And then I get the higher initiative. So I'm like, right, I'm first player. You're friggin' plot first, and you have to trigger it.
I do, and I don't have anything in hand. I've only got a housefly on night.
So the house front light comes in, right? And then surely it triggers.
It does.
I guess it will get rid of the... Is it the acolyte? Is that the lowest strength?
No. Willy Smuggler, 1 strength.
Ah.
I've saved your Willy Smuggler. I also
you.
saved your Robert Baratheon from dying too.
That's wonderful. Well, I mean, I wouldn't have played Valar if Bob was on the board, to be fair.
You could have done, you got spears.
You know what? I've obviously forgotten I got spears. I think afterwards I was like, don't you dare. I think afterwards I was like, oh shit, I've got a spears. And you were like, do you want to take it back? And I was like, no, I've already done it. Go on. I can see you want to say it. Go on. Go on, take the piss.
Don't need to.
So bad at this
Beck's
game.
you smart. Beck's you clever.
Maybe I was saving the spears for something more important.
Oh no. Oh, I did say I prefer cleaner boards.
There's me just like, I'm a fucking dick, I forgot my spears.
Yep. Oh, you got another Willy Smuggler and a River Runner.
I'm all about the Willy Smugglers.
Really?
Apparently so. But look, my little galley thing's going to work on these dudes. It's going to be great.
Yeah, that is actually pretty good.
Yeah, I actually had a newfound respect for it after after the shambles of this game.
Yeah, I do think the galley are... Well, the galleys are underestimated. Are they non-unique?
I cannot remember off the top of my head.
Bloody useless, isn't you?
You're going to consult your memory.
I'm just thinking about whether I've seen it before, and I actually think... I don't think it's unique. No, it's not.
Ah, there you go.
So you could have 3 of them out and you could give 3 of your smugglers still.
Mm-hmm.
That'd be sick. That'd be more efficient in some ways than playing ours the old way.
I don't even remember what that does.
Look, I'm so smart. I'm like, yeah, I can...
Oh yeah, you bloody seized it, you little shit. I forgot about that.
No, but I was thinking, I can play these guys out, yeah, and then I'll seize your galley. That'll save me for the round, and then after I do it, I'm like, shit, you got no claim.
Oh.
I need it next round. I played it a round too early.
You're a dog.
Now it's Richard Smart, Richard Clever.
So I get an unopposed military, unopposed power, but I don't have any claims. I'm literally just doing it for the unopposed. Oh, I say it's unopposed, like you're going to learn unopposed. There you go. But it means that you get an unopposed challenge back and you have actual claim, which seems a bit better. And then you nail all your friggin' locations, so it's 2 claim. Oh yeah, there was just a moment, okay.
What are you doing?
Nothing.
Oh my god. Privileged position.
I was like, no wait, I can cancel it, I can do a thing, and you're like, what? What's wrong with you?
You literally just lost a power challenge.
The reason I can trigger this is because you lost a power challenge. Oh well. It's fine. It's fine. I got this. Anyway, next plot. Jewel, nice effective card in this day.
Coulda, shoulda. Almost definitely should have played it instead of playing Valar Daenerys. You know, your Bob kill a Valyrian crew or vice versa.
Yeah, that's true.
I think that would have been better at that time.
Possibly, because you had a bigger, more stronger board.
I did, yeah, that would have been...
And did you have any, I don't think you had any 6 costers on the board, did you? No. And I've gone for City Besieged simply because I didn't know what to play, and that was a better option than the last plot, if I remember. I can't remember what the last plot is now. So City Besieged, then out to Rose Gardens. Thought I'd just sort of hit your economy a little bit, as you do have the smaller board. But the Seas just falls off, because, you know, it wasn't bestowed or anything. So it was really useful that last round, wasn't it?
Oh no. Oh no.
Oh yeah, my Red Priest.
Not my honour guard. Is that the third one? Yeah, it is.
I'm like, well, you're not having that one back.
Well, wait, I'm like, well, why are you giving it to me then? Oh yeah.
I didn't even pay attention to what was left in your hand though.
Delane of Flaunt. Trigger.
Trigger?
No trigger?
She has a trigger?
Yeah, she has a trigger.
Oh fuck, what's her trigger?
Search your deck for a bastard and add it to your hand.
Oh, that would have been useful. She's the one that stops people standing though, right?
Yeah.
I just remember her for that, because normally I play Stark, and I just remember she's fucking annoying against Stark, because, like, of course Stark liked to stand a lot. So
you forget that she can go and fetch a bastard.
Yeah, I forgot the other bit.
You're such a dork.
Hey, it's down to both players.
Well, that's not a game day. I thought you didn't just want the trigger.
Why would I not want the trigger? I told you when you missed stuff in games.
Are there any bastards in the deck?
I have absolutely no idea.
That's why you didn't trigger it. There aren't any bastards in the deck. I'm sure we're going to see that when the deck lists come up, right?
And let's go with that. We'll see the deck list pretty soon, so...
I've got no characters.
I know what's going on. I was like, I know that's a bloody pinch and shadows. You're not getting me again. But you might do.
Generally do not remember the end of this game.
Do you remember if you win or lose?
Yeah.
Okay. So you've triggered the spine itself, and you got a strength bump of 3 because of the Green Apple Knights on top of your deck. Given my River Runner stealth, stealthing past the army for military, so that's 2 claim military.
Forgot it was 2 claim.
Did you?
Yeah.
Was there anything you could have done?
Nah.
Don't matter then, right?
Would have just saved the spy till afterward.
Ah, yeah, that's true. Yeah, because then you could have possibly come back. And then the power. So that was a nice swing for me, considering I was losing 10-8 a minute ago.
And smart and clever.
Oh yeah. Whiteboard. What you gonna do, bitch?
Literally, she sings the kind of thing to me when we play, listeners. This is what she'd like to play against.
No, I'm not. I'm a lot nicer to, like, normal people.
Normal.
Normal as in not my husband.
Amazing.
It's only because it's you get special treatment, Richard.
Well, I've decided to win the game now. With Tony for the king. What are you going to do?
With all your knights on the board. I'm going to play Late Summer Feast and just, put out all the cards. Because I've got so many in hand.
I take it I lose now.
I mean, it doesn't seem ideal for you, but you are the first player.
Yay!
You got a gack.
Gack. And it's got renown.
And it's got renown. And you're sitting on 4 gold. I wonder what's in your hand.
2 crappy cards.
Oh, I remember what's in your hand. It's 2 bloody Lord Renly's Ride, isn't it?
Oh, yeah.
I remember what you do. But it's okay, because I got a Bob!
Big Bob. Gonna cook up some green apples. Oh, Salah.
Yeah. I only knelt it so that I could just say that I did it.
A 3-cost Tricon that knelt one of my location.
Intrigue.
Yeah, and I'm like 2 strength because of my... Yeah, look, I'm mucking you now.
Yeah, I know. It's 2 strength and I'm like, it's got a card in shadow still.
Oh, defend with Salah.
Because we know what that card in shadows probably is.
I'm like, damn, why is she defending? Well, I'm going to play a card. When he's right, +2 strength.
Oh yeah. So you're now winning the challenge?
Yeah. I'll play another one. And they're like, what? I'm like, 6 strength.
I was like, but you don't win by 5.
Yeah, getting a bit grumpy now.
That's not getting grumpy.
Position. And I'll take my renown. And you're like, but you haven't got renown. I was like, yeah, my plot. Oh yeah! You can see the realisation on your face. And I'll intimidate that Chad.
Well done, darling. Well done.
Now
I think you've got me.
Screwed.
I should have done the military, shouldn't I? Just so I could have killed your Green Apple Knight.
Watch your board.
But I wanted to reduce your power as well.
Like, I'll take a card. Maybe I can get something I can ambush him.
After losing the challenge. There we go, that was fun.
Yeah, fun.
You enjoyed the game, right?
Great.
Did you like the deck?
It's not my style. No, putting loads of dudes on the board, trying to win challenges by 5, getting renown on them all, turning them all sideways. I prefer a slightly more manageable board with more nuanced challenges.
I know you're not a massive fan of big decks. Should we have a little look then at the pros and cons?
Yeah, let's have a look at the pros and cons.
Yeah, we'll do that now then. So we've got the things that we liked and disliked then about the Bara Rains deck, as you can see on the screen. So the Rains deck, it won, but we both felt it was a little bit disjointed.
It's got good cards in it. But it had a lot of different themes. So, we had smugglers, we had some of the lore in there. We've got Florence in there. We've got the Mel, the one that steals the power of somebody and killed them. We've got the Neil Bob. Lots of different themes in there. And I can see why a lot of them are there. A lot of green icons, Florence for a bit of draw, smugglers along with the Mel for the intrigue stealth. But yeah, did feel like there was a lot of different themes, no cohesion between the characters as such. Yeah,
I mean things like there weren't that many lore characters in there, so Alistair Florent isn't always going to be able to trigger when he leaves play. Things like there was Delena in the deck, for example, but there aren't any bastards to go and grab. But then when you've got Bob in the deck as well, surely having like a couple of bastards of Robert in there might be good. But then again, that's diversifying the theme even more. So I think the conclusion we kind of came to was the fact that because it's a Rains deck, it almost felt like there were too many intrigue characters trying to be sort of forced into the deck to make sure you could win that Rains trigger, which I didn't actually trigger Rains once in the entire game. But maybe like not having the Rains theme would mean that you could focus more clearly on a particular sort of character theme. I thought the smugglers were fun. Like I quite enjoyed it once I got those going. So maybe having something a bit more focused on those. I don't know what agenda might be better with that. But having a bit more focus on one theme, I think would have been nice. Yeah, there were 9 intrigue stealth cards in there. 3 male, 3 Valyrian crew, and something else. Davos, yeah.
You also had Lytheni Pirate, which also could get intrigue stuff.
With the Senegali.
But at the end of the day, what's the payoff for Rain? There were 2 plots that directly affected the board and 3 others which improved your deck in some other way. I don't feel like the payoff was quite good enough to warrant it all. But I would like to see a Smuggler's deck without the Rains doing something else if it can be done.
And things like, we briefly mentioned the plots there. So there was 2 False March in the deck, which was good. It was good.
Yeah, I quite like it. It's good control, especially with Robert and Blackwater Bay.
Yeah. There's one of Blackwater Bay in the deck, And we both said like we like the Forced March, but more copies of Blackwater Bay or another way of finding Blackwater Bay might have been nice just to.
Why aren't you running support of the people, Paul?
Yeah, what's going on, Paul? It's not like you.
Sort it out, Paul.
And we also found Palace of Sorrows a little bit unusual in the deck. I don't know, like I felt like if anything it made it harder to win Intrigue, because you've got a lot of Intrigue in the deck and you've got Intrigue Stealth, so by limiting their strength, I don't know, and possibly increasing your opponent's Intrigue strength, it just felt if anything it would make it harder. And actually you got to trigger House Round Night, didn't you, with the Palace of Sorrows?
Yeah,
so
that's more like an anomaly.
A niche, yeah.
But, there was a lot of stealth Intrigue icons in the deck, which ordinarily in a lot of matchups will make the deck easy to get your range trigger.
Yeah, I'm not sure why I struggled so much with the Rains. I don't know if it's just because I guess you had the Honour Guards, which are quite strong.
Honour Guard, jump in, you can't bypass them with the stealth.
Yeah. There's also in the deck, so like say, the stealth Intrigue was good for the Rains kind of themed. Having a pinch in the deck, we didn't see it in the game obviously, not from my side anyway, but Intrigue, stealth, lots of Intrigue icons. Another pinch might have been nice. I think it could be fun to see it.
If you're going all in with the Intrigue, then you can double down on it and try and trigger pinch as well. Really good if you wildfire and then trigger your pinch. Yeah,
the pinch is a nice bit of control in your deck. Again, you had it, so you used it against me with your own deck. But having pinch in the deck is nice control to go along with the nice location control that the deck has. So you've got things like Lay Waste. We saw me using that to get rid of the Honeywine that had 2 power on it. Also, Bob is nice for location control, like keeping those locations knelt that are issues. Nightmares, again, managed to use that in the deck to help me win that power challenge. Also didn't quite see him out playing and being used, but Salador, being able to, if that came out early and was able to sort of start kneeling out the opponent's locations and things, that could have been handy.
Yeah, there wasn't a lot of attachment control. You can use Lay Waste on your opponent's milk, but there wasn't really anything else, no Crescent or anything. We spoke about the Greyjoy Stag deck yesterday having a lot of different options for a lot of different scenarios. This doesn't quite have so many options. It's more all in on winning that Intrigue challenge by 5. Like I say, a lot of the good brain scheme plots are restricted. The payoff isn't quite as good.
So I think in general then, the Bara Rains, it's relatively straightforward to play. Like I don't think there's no like really horrible interacting pieces that you have to terribly think about. It's not like a beginner's deck, but I wouldn't say it's like a
I think you can just play what you draw and then just
go with it kind of thing.
Yeah, just do your challenges as and when. And if you can trigger range, great. It'll give you a small boost. Yeah. But I think the easiest way to win the game is just get Robert, control your opponent characters, and then get the advantage with stealth. That way, if you do get Robert and some smugglers out or any sort of stealth, you can trigger pinch reliably. Yeah.
I think just having a bit more definition to the deck. It just needs a bit more refining, I think, and possibly, changing from Rains to another agenda.
Sure.
Let's just have a little look at the actual deck list then. So we've got the deck list there, and you can sort of see then that variety in the themes in the characters that we were just talking about. You've got a decent sort of set of locations or some decent economy in there. I never really felt like I needed extra economy or anything. Have you got anything you want to say about the deck list in particular here?
I don't think so. You've got Starry Set there, but power isn't one of the best represented icon on the characters. You've got a lot of military and intrigue there. You've got.
It's interesting actually for an intrigue deck. You can see from the charts that the intrigue icons are rated the lowest.
Yeah, but the intrigue icon he does have, a lot of them have stealth or can get stealth.
Yes, this is true. And we mentioned about the plots in the Rains deck there not being as effective, I guess, like straight away.
It's hard because the good ones are restricted now. And you feel like you have to bring exposed duplicity, because if you come up against a shadow deck, it's nice to be able to go and get exposed and just wipe out that investment. Fealty directly affects the board, so that's good, but it's better on a small board, and there's only the one reset. Wildfire helps keep the board smaller, that's fine. Riddle, less good now. Coppers and exchange are less prevalent. So, good first turn though.
Yeah, I mean, you've got options opening wise for At the Gates and Late Summer Feast. So you can choose one of those that you want to go with. I
imagine you open Late Summer Feast and try and flip into Riddle if your opponent plays Gates.
That's true. Although I did play At the Gates. And like I say, I don't know why I struggled so much to get the Rains off this game.
I think if I were to play Smugglers, I think I might just change the Rains agenda, chop out some of those characters, and make it more Smuggler themed.
Yeah.
And do something like that. I don't know what I'd do, but it's a good idea. Bara Rains, Intrigue, Smugglers. I like the idea, and I really want to see more Smugglers.
Yeah, it'd be nice to see Smugglers become a bit of a thing. Do you want to have a look at the Tyrell stuff?
Sure.
Yeah, let's do that now then. So the Tyrell deck then, I think we both had quite a lot of bits and bobs that we wanted to talk about with the deck. I think in general we quite liked it. It was quite fun to play. Not sure it's a tier 1 deck, but I think, for sort of more casual tournaments, it's fine to go in with.
Yeah, it's alright. It's inoffensive. It doesn't do horrible things, really. It kind of put characters on the board and then tries to win challenges, which, they're the kind of decks I prefer, but I do prefer them when the boards aren't enormous.
Yeah.
And this deck likes to get a big board of knights for that 20 for the king turn, win a massive power challenge, trigger fields for the reach, trigger your honey wines, get renowned on your green apple knights.
Yeah. I mean, it's actually relatively light on characters. You've got 30 characters in the deck.
Yeah, I felt that was a little bit light. I felt it was light when I played the deck, because I just struggled with draw, struggled with a little bit with money and characters. So it turns out the deck has 3 Old Town, 3 High Tower, a copy of the Manda, as well as having the Arbor, Red Wine Straits. It had loads of draw and econ in the locations. I just didn't draw any of it.
Yeah, I think you were just unlucky. I can't remember if you mulliganed or not, but I think you were just unlucky not to have one of those at least in setup. You didn't have Arbor, you didn't have Red Wine Straits.
Or draw it.
Yeah, you didn't see it. You didn't see it at all, did you? And then, as you say, like Old Town, High Tower, even the Manda, you didn't see any of those. But there is also stuff in the deck. So Allery obviously lets us go and grab cards. Skim Zepton is a way of card draw. And there's even one copy of Misty Morn. So if you've got what you feel is an important character that's died, you can maybe... Oh no, sorry, it's non-unique, isn't it? If you've got a character that's maybe like the Honor Guard, then for example...
It's just like draw. You can redraw your Housefly Knights if they're dead or that kind of thing.
Yeah. So I quite like Misty Morn. It's 2, isn't it, that you can grab from dead pile. So yeah, a little bit like draw. With regards to locations, we really liked the location suite. You've got 15 reach locations, so this works really well with Honor Guards. You can get them in pretty reliably for like 1 or 0 gold. Your Wardens, again, super boosted. Fields of the Reach, to know that and increase your power claim.
Yeah, so many locations just makes your setup better as well. You can set up better and then open trading and get dudes out.
Yeah, I mean... Fields of the Reach is like 1 cost. There's it's not the Reach, but there's like Jousting Pavilion in there, which is like 0, obviously. You've got the Rose Gardens. Yeah. And they're 0 cost in their Reach. So you've got like quite a few sort of 0 cost things that you can use to help you set up. Character-wise, you briefly mentioned before, 16 different knights. So your Green Apple Knights generally should be
not 16 different knights. 16 knight cards.
Sorry, my apologies. 16 knight cards. So with Green Apple Knights, it's really, really good. Again, I feel like you sort of didn't see as many knights as maybe you could have.
I think the draw is a factor in that. If you have more draw, you get more options. So I could have doubled down on the knights, but just didn't get the draw on the econ in that particular game. Although it was still a good, close game.
Yeah, it was close pretty much to the end, wasn't it? It was only after sort of resets. Plots, quite liked them. Seemed good, right?
Well, I don't know. I felt forced into open trading.
Okay.
Because with the other plots there, reinforcements and Valar D, quite with duel as well, you don't want to open those plots. You don't want to open pulling the strings. So really, you kind of forced to open trading and just play out what you've got.
That's true.
And then you can, do that. But that was the only thing. But generally, the plots were fine.
Yeah. So you have to stay open trading, but then after that, your options are sort of more.
I felt like that, yeah.
Viable kind of thing. That's fair enough. And the other thing that we liked about the deck was there's a lot of ways to gain power. So you've got things like Old Town, Honeywine. Fields of the Reach are quite fun when there's so many reach locations. You've also got
many reach locations that don't necessarily kneel as well.
Yeah. And then you've got these, as you like to call them, beefy power icons. Beef, not beefy.
Beef.
Just beef. All
Bit
right.
of beef.
Bit of beef. Oh, I'm a bit beef now.
What?
So yeah, Wardens of the Reach, they can get pretty strong. We've got Power Stealth, like there's one of Queen of Thorns in there. So that, helps you push through your power. And of course, as we mentioned, Tourney for the King. As for your closer, if you can get all your knights out, you're laughing, right?
Yeah, I guess the only thing was, despite all the power gain without the characters, there weren't that many power icons. There was fewer than I expected.
Yeah, that was the issue we sort of had, wasn't it? Let's have a look at the actual list itself. So you can see there the attachments, just the two of Pinch Powered and Seized by the Guard. You saw both of them. And really nice sort of location suite as we discussed. Events, we saw both your Renly's rides in one challenge.
Yeah, sort of growing strong.
Yeah.
Looking at all those locations, I didn't see the Manda, the High Tower, the Arbor. I saw one red wine straight near the end.
I think I took it for claim, right?
Claim, yeah. Didn't see any of the Old Town. Even a High Garden might have been nice.
Didn't see Hornhill either, did you?
Nah. So, yeah, a little bit unlucky, I suppose.
But you saw all three Honour Guard, which are good in the deck, and I don't know if you saw 3 High Tower Spy, but you definitely saw at least 2. So you got a few bits and bobs going. I just don't think you saw the right parts of the deck together to synergise and quite pull off what you needed to. But it was pretty close, like those last, all the way through the game. It was only those last round or two that I think we just sort of lost momentum. I know this deck is a baby of George and, as mentioned, Josh Chambers, I believe, has been involved in the deck. I don't know what refinements it's been through since then. But yeah, I mean, fun to play. I think it's relatively straightforward to pick up and just give it a go. Just remember you want your reach locations out early, and that will help you later on, I guess.
Sure.
Yeah. Got anything else to add?
I've got a headache. Can we go?
I guess that's my cue to shut up. Alright guys, well again we hope you enjoyed the video. We'll come back with the 3rd video in the series, which I think was oh gosh, what was the other one that we got?
Stark Martell. Stark
Martell's next, there you go. So we've got Stark Martell coming up, and then the last game is the Night's Watch Targ. If you'd like to support the channel, you can do so by going to patreon.com/The White Walkers. And yeah, we'll see you next time.
Goodbye.
Thanks guys. Bye.